and Danny turns to him and says, Grandpa, I'll listen to you. I'll behave, Grandpa. And he responds, you're a con artist, Danny. You're a con artist.
Unbelievable. I've known this man 54 years. Just today I came into this town, 1959. I hurled against his club and...
He was down in the pub where I had a Skid Row.
I was?
Yeah.
One of the few guys that was ever in there. I'll tell you now, Creed. I was never him, so he did big German Shepherd and he did rusty pistols. And he said to me, well, you don't worry about a thing, I'll take care of business right here. And he opens up the curtain, do you want the curtain? And the dog behind the curtain. Yeah?
But anyway, they went through that.
Oh. Richard, I don't know how long I've been trying to do this, and I finally got Tiger and Peace. I said, come on.
Yeah, it's great.
And I asked this man for his permission. I wouldn't do anything without his permission. I went to him, I said, would you be okay with doing it? He said, I wouldn't for you, would he?
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said.
I wouldn't do it, I don't think I...
His memory is amazing.
Even my father, the Lord mercy of my father died at 87 years of age. Memory go back to day and time, just like him.
Oh, it's absolutely amazing.
My memory's pretty good.
Mary Kate used to come with us for the summers in Ireland when we were younger.
Yeah?
Oh,
and
yeah.
the amount of hours that we'd spend in the car. And he'd know every road of Ireland like the back of his hand. And
We were
where
back
we
in
were
my
going
house in
up to
Ballyheight.
see.
I was in his house in Ballyheight.
Next summer, we'll go back this summer again. I'm picking him up, and we're going back to Atay, and we're going to do the whole entire thing in Atay.
Yeah. We'll have to, yeah. Oh, he knows.
She's coming back with us.
Yeah, I'm coming back this year, yeah.
Oh, good. Fantastic.
Yeah, no, it was good. Although he used to give us a hard time. Do you remember Mary Kate? Oh, it would be the best. Me and him in the front seat. And we'd be at each other's throats. We're very alike. And get on meant anything from speed up, slow down, turn right, or turn left. Anything was get on. And the two of us driving away, and my grandma and Mary Kate in the back seat. My grandma, blessing herself.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
And I remember the one time we were pulling out of, we were near Tarbert, and we were pulling out of the Three Lanterns. We'd gone for dinner. And he'd snoozed off in the car at some point, and I'm flying because I want to get back to go to the nightclub in Ballybunion.
Oh, my God,
And
yeah.
I'm flying down the road. And he came to and he yelled, stop. And I slammed on the brakes. Do you remember? I hit the brakes so hard that the car died out. Turned off completely.
He was young salt like was he?
Life was something.
He was 62.
Yeah.
He,
A young man.
his liver started acting up there maybe a month or two ago. And they said they brought him in and they were doing all sorts of scans and they said that he'd have to stop drinking and all that, but they thought it was going to be okay. Then his legs swelled up because his kidneys stopped working.
Oh, yeah.
So then they brought him in. And so when he brought him into hospital, he got a chest infection and he got...
When
one
did he
thing
die?
gets another.
When did he die?
He died now tonight there.
Where?
Probably now in the CUH in Cork.
In Cork.
Cork University Hospital.
Yeah.
And I only saw when we were back there in June at a wedding and he was dancing and so I don't know.
Never know.
Never know about it.
God, I
Warm that up?
Yeah, please.
Oh, Jesus
That's why.
Jesus Christ.
We put a TV in
Got
there?
the bad
But
one.
Mikey.
We should. We did put a TV in
Yeah,
there.
there's a spoon here.
But Tiger, I think we did all right tonight.
Oh, very good, very good.
How many
How
copies?
long were we at
Did
it
you
tonight?
sit on me?
An hour and a half.
No and a half.
The other tape is the other tape
Was
I
it?
have.
Sorry, John.
Go ahead with it.
I was saying Teresa, we
Try
probably
and
don't
get
be
this
able
two
to
sons in
do
here for the final tape or whatever. Like
No,
that,
but I-
to bring it in.
Yeah.
do you think we'll all get? Do you think we'll get it all into one more, or do you think we'll have to do two
No,
more?
we'll have to do at least one more. Yeah.
One more, and the GA and the dogs.
Yeah.
I know.
His political career.
And
His
the
whole,
bird.
his whole history in
His political
Chicago.
career.
Yeah, your
It's-
life here.
But that was very short, was it?
He's got life from 1952 until 2013 so far. So he's got a lot of years to cover in there with Chicago and politics. and
Invited to the White House.
You have to bring all that. That's all in a
And
script.
I love when you go up there, tell them about your trip to Haiti, and ask when you want is there a black woman in there.
Jesus.
Tell Barack Obama, that's what he says.
Does it
Oh,
look
don't
like
We're
that?
saying, we're saying prayers here now to see if this
Yeah.
thing is going to come out.
I don't think that
Well,
was.
that was.
Yeah,
What have we got there? See?
Water's
See?
magnum.
Yeah.
What's up in there?
Thank you.
Right to make the
Good
tea
man.
trees, there wasn't up too much. actually.
Because it could be one of them sweet
Hey,
ones there,
hey.
please.
Hey, hit it again.
But, so, I think so,
Some bigger
right, so.
cookies or cheese.
Political career, maybe we,
Oh, we'd have to know that.
well, we'll have to do, I think we should do 3 things. We should do GAA,
Definitely, I have a good one in the GA.
GAA, the dogs and the birds, maybe the dogs and the birds are the things, and then the political thing. So we might do 3 more.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What?
I think that sounds good.
Yeah.
But Bridget, I'd love to get Eddie and Johnny here, like, you know, for
No.
a portion of it, like, you know, only
Yeah.
for, eh?
Cool, Diddy and Johnny.
His 2 sons.
Oh yeah. Why would they come? Should they
Well,
consider-
one is in Milwaukee and one is in Texas.
Yeah, they wouldn't come.
Eh?
They wouldn't come.
Oh, if you asked them,
Because
they'd come.
I talked to Johnny tonight about it. The last morning was keep it on a high level.
Well, it's good that
You
he's in
did,
part
you
2.
did.
He wouldn't have wanted to be here for part 2.
I wasn't so bad.
No.
No, you weren't. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I wasn't so bad.
Stay away. I'm dangerous.
You're just the trees gator. I think trees.
There you go.
I was going to actually get some cheese, but I'm happy to get.
You might want to do it yourself, Ty, before I slice off a finger there.
What's that,
What
right?
does this work actually?
I don't know if that's my cheese
Absolutely.
grater or my orange.
Teresa,
Uh-huh.
your comment on it. It's all right tonight.
Super. We need 94 years to chronicle this. A couple hours isn't going to do you justice.
Anybody want a bit of cheese? I think I've got the neck of this thing.
Not me,
Okay.
anyway.
Oh, look at that.
You want a piece, will you?
No, I'm fine, Johnny.
And thanks a lot, Teresa, for the tea.
Yes, I
yeah.
tell you, look, I have to admit, it looked very good on the screen with the tablecloth and everything, you know?
It did. It looked very nice.
Yeah.
Well, now we know better for next week. We're going to have fresh flowers and. Sorry.
Monday night again next week? Is
Monday
Monday
night.
night okay with everybody?
Sunday is fine.
Is Monday night alright with you, John?
Oh, yeah, I need to with me.
These definitely need to be framed.
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
It's like
Yeah,
Tuesdays with
that's what I
Mary
said.
will be Mondays with John.
Yeah.
You didn't
There
see
you
them
go.
before.
I never saw those before. No.
Unbelievable. You told me about them.
They were down in the basement. I searched everywhere for them and I don't know what I was doing in the basement
Where did you
last
find
week.
them?
Huh?
Where did you find them
Down in the
down there?
basement inside the box. Siemens book. I was looking for my Siemens book.
And that's where you found it?
And I seen this and I said, Jesus Christ, don't tell me that that's what this is. There it is, I found it.
Wow.
When I went out on Friday, he'd found it Friday morning.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's amazing. But yeah, no, you'll have to talk about that, all that stuff.
Huh?
I said you'll have to talk. There'll be a good bit of stuff to talk about once you get to America.
Who?
You! To talk about once you get to America.
Oh,
Oh
There's a lot of
yeah,
stuff.
I changed, I told
The
you, my
GA,
life
it's
changed again.
dogs.
You see, my life changes then
Never
again.
changed, yeah.
And he's got,
Then I'm back under control again.
he's got to go back then, I mean,
Under control again, yeah.
when the Skinner girl got a hold of him back, you know, he was under control again, then
Oh,
finally
I
somebody
was
brought him to
thinking
his
that when you were
feet.
saying
I
that
know
they
about that.
weren't controlling you, and I thought maybe one other person might.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Maybe two.
Replicas.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
But I don't think,
you have a big influence on him because last year, now where you were going last year, I came into the pool one day, he's all clean shaven and the whole that.
I'm going to
She
the
told
back.
me
Marcus
if I
told
didn't
me.
clean myself up, she wasn't going to go with me. Were you going to a wedding or something?
No, it was my grandma's funeral. I told him you have to get your hair cut. You're not about to show up to the wake looking like that. And he said, you won't tell me what to do, I won't. And my Uncle Ed actually called.
Yeah?
And I told him, I said, Grandpa's refusing to get the beard cut or the hair. I said, he looks like he's absolutely insane for this wake tomorrow. And he says, well, tell him that I'm not wearing shoes to the wake. He's not getting his hair cut, I'm not wearing shoes.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, I guess I'll have to go out and get my hair cut. And you know where he went? The
huh?
place that my son goes to get his hair cut. He didn't know where else to go. He went into the kids' cuts. Cool cuts for kids. He went in and got his hair cut and his beard done.
Oh yeah, she cut my
I know, that's where you went. He didn't know where else to
Oh
go.
yeah,
I'm being told I can't go to my wife's wake if I don't get my hair and my beard done. So he went into Cool Cuts for Kids to get his hair and his beard done.
She had an interesting
Oh, yeah.
story that night. She doesn't have a lot of experience cutting beards and kids' cuts, huh?
No. But yeah,
But
you have
you know,
to
it
talk
was-
about the dogs. The dogs were fun, tooling around. He used to bring me with him tooling around in the motorhome
Oh yeah?
in the summers, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He had a bed built for me in the motorhome.
Who's that?
Me, in the motorhome, me and
Right.
Grandma.
You know, you would have been
Underneath
walking
the
down.
steering wheel. That's where I slept. He had like a tray, like a board that went across it, and they put the cushion down. And I'd sleep in the driver, in the passenger seat.
Oh yeah.
You know, you were good. You were very good, though. You were good. You were good.
I was good with the dogs. I like the dogs. Help grooming them and showing them.
Magic.
I was not so good
Magic,
with the birds.
magic,
We should
magic.
skip the birds altogether.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm an assassinator of birds.
You're
Do you
not.
remember? I'm not good with birds.
No. I had
Him
some
and Grandma
nice
went to
birds,
Ireland
too.
one year,
I had some good ones.
and he had a flight cage that he constructed. And
You didn't ever see the flight cage, you have to
It's
see
down
it.
in the
I see
What about the original flight cage?
well, this is the original one. So originally the flight cage was just wood, and my dad was still alive, and my dad used to go down to cut the grass while him and Grandma were in Ireland. And I was going off to the mall the one day, and my dad said, "Stop into Grandma and Grandpa's house and give the birds fresh water."
Oh, fuck it, you roll out, you do.
And so I didn't want to, because that was interfering with
And
my
you
goal
better
of
you
going to
didn't.
the mall, and it would have been better had I didn't. And I went in anyway, and he had a bucket sitting in the center of this huge flight cage. And there was probably 15, 20 birds in it.
Birds apartment.
I had,
And they're all just flying around in there. And I don't like birds at all. And I went in and I got the big tub of water and I dumped it in the laundry sink. And in the center of the tub of water was a bowl, like a cereal bowl, a glass cereal bowl. I had no idea what the use of that was, so I set that aside. I filled the tub back up with water, shoved it in, and I left. My dad goes a week later. Every bird belly up in the tub of water.
found it all.
I didn't fill it high enough, and the bowl in the center was the perch, so that they could sit to get the drink. I killed every bird in that flight cage. My dad was
And they were
scared to
good birds,
death.
weren't they?
Oh.
They were
I-
bizarre. He was crossbreeding them. They had hats.
I had
They
the
had
best of it.
feathers that came down
Where's
that
the
looked like.
original flight
Oh, the
cage?
gold. Oh, do you remember that?
Yeah,
What?
literally the flight cage. Remember how you got the first bird back?
Look,
We were on a plane.
there were two kids, and I remember this fella in Ballybun says to me, Johnny McMahon's brother, he says to me, I says, Jesus, I says,
That's
you
right.
know something, I'd like to take one of them back,
A goldfinch.
a goldfinch.
So he's out with them on the farm the one day and decides, hatches a plan that
Take
they're
him
going to
right-
catch him,
right-
a goldfinch. We know nothing about this though. We get on the plane, we're in the air, and my grandma's sitting by a window, he's sitting by the aisle. Then it's me by the aisle and Mary Kate by the window. And he leans over to me and goes like this. I'm like, what? He's like, come here. And so Mary Kate's like, what? And we look. Reaches into the soup coat pocket and he takes out a cough syrup box.
Yeah, it's about this big.
And he lowers the tray table, a cough syrup box, like Delson or something like that, the cough syrup box. And he sits it down on the tray. And Mary Kate and I are like, it's a cough syrup box. What are we doing? Wait, he says. And he sits back like this.
Oh,
Next thing, the cough syrup box starts jumping
Popping all over
on the
you.
tray. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? He's like, puts it back in his suit coat pocket.
The bird.
Sits back again.
Brought him back.
Brought him back.
Yeah.
Smuggled them. Smuggled them in.
Yeah, but
Then he started bringing eggs and was telling him it was
that was the best thing
treatment.
that I think I did. Of course, you see, one fella says to me one time, I says, how do you think I should take back, I like that one. He says, get a woman's bra, he said, and we'll stitch the inside of it.
Well, that would have been worse.
Oh, no, listen to the story, he says to me. He said, "You get the boat in." He says, "You get through." So we went down to a place called you heard of it, Saline Pier. It's there in the mouth of the Shannon. And there was a woman down there. She used to have all kinds of fowl and everything. So Johnny McMahon took me, Michal McMahon took me down there, and I says to the woman I was talking for a bit, and I says, "Ma'am," I says, could you get me 12 eggs that would be fertile, that would be I said, how long would they hold? She said, no more than 9 days. She says 10 days at the most. She said, she cut in on the story. She says, when are you leaving? I says, next week. She says, come down Friday night, and she said, I'll have 12 eggs for you. How are we going to take the 12 eggs?
I wasn't with him.
We got the 12 eggs, and we put them into the regular
Egg box.
egg box. Where's the egg box? Arrived at Shannon, I have my 12 eggs, now how am I going to get them out? So this fella from Knockanoor was working at Shannon, and I went to him and I said, he was connected with the North Kerry GA board, and he knew me. And I said, Paddy, what is his name? Paddy Flowers. I said, Paddy, I have something I'd like to get through. I said, I'd like to get through it. Jesus Christ, he says, I don't know, John today, he says, I don't know the guy that's up there. He says, I don't know the guard that's up there. He said, what is it? I said, eggs. Christ, he said, you'll have a job. So he said to me, he said, I tell you what to do. He says, tell him that the doctor said that you had bronchial trouble and that fresh eggs would be very good if you took a raw egg in the morning and drink it. That it would be good for the bronchitis. So I said, okay, Paddy, you take me up to the guy. He went up to the guard. He says to the guard, this guy has something here, he said he'd like to. So when he said that, he took off. Paddy didn't wait for any, didn't wait.
I hear the story.
He took off.
He wanted to keep his
And
job.
the next thing he said, what have you got? And I opened, I said, eggs, and I told him my story. And the next thing the guard says, Mary, come over here. There was another girl, her name was Mary. Mary, come over here. Look what this guy's got. And the two of them got a fit of laughing. And I said, no more. I closed my eggs, my box, took my box, brought my box back. Went down to the feed store at 55th and Harlem for an incubator. Bought the incubator, put my eggs into the incubator, got my chickens out.
Hatch the
And two cocks.
They all do it?
7.
Yeah, and two cocks.
2 cocks.
Going at it like no other in the basement. It was like you were out in the middle of a farm. It was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever heard in my life.
So out of the 12 eggs, you got 7?
No, he had 12.
He had 12 eggs, but 7 of them all hatched,
7 hatched.
including 2 cocks. It was ridiculous.
7. And the priest came, this priest that's over there now, he came out at one time and he said, he wrote a book one time, he wrote it, he was going for his thesis, he wrote, John Hunt loved Ireland so much that he would have his own fresh eggs in the morning with Irish hens. Oh yeah.
Billy Cochran.
Yeah.
Father?
Father Billy Cochran, yeah,
Yeah.
friend of John's.
He's a friend of mine. Yeah, we'll have to tell that story. We'll have to tell that story about the eggs, the bringing of the eggs.
The bringing of the bird was better. The live bird, I didn't know what I was going to
So
do.
that too? Like me
And then he says to me,
Kid, I remember.
We were worried you'd open the box and a dead bird would fall out at the end of it.
no,
we
that bird
were
was
sure
10
it
years.
would happen.
And that bird
I know
lived
that
10
bird
years.
outlived all the other birds.
Lisa, who does she look like?
Chrissy?
A little bit of Anne Ryan.
No, I think
No?
she's like
Chrissy?
sister-in-law, Chrissy.
Yeah? Yeah, yeah, she does.
Or a really, really, really young Mary Masterson, what's her name?
So there you go, Tag, there you go. We have the eggs and we brought the eggs. But you weren't here for the eggs.
But it doesn't
I went down to the feed store and I got an incubator.
Was she in movies
I
with
hatched
Johnny
the
Depp?
eggs.
And I hatched the eggs
With Johnny Depp.
and I got
Friday
7
Night
buds
Tomatoes.
out. I got 7 hens,
Actress Mary Kay.
and
is it
2
Mary Kay
cocks.
Masterson? Is that her
Jesus.
first name?
5 hens and 2
Blonde?
cocks.
Who's in that?
7 of them
Who
came
kills
out.
the husband?
No.
Father Corcoran was going for
Fried
his
green
thesis and he
tomatoes
asked
with
me to
the
help him
girls
out. He
Mary
was
Kay
going for his thesis for his degree and he asked me to help him.
Mary Kay Masterson,
And I told him I'd help him. They
Masterson
came over to the
is
house, he
his
would be asking me questions about history and things.
And Vincent Callahan's is a friend, Vincent.
Yeah.
He's a great friend of my son Sean's.
Oh, was he
Yeah,
really?
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Vincent's
played
a
golf
great friend of
with
ours.
Vincent, yeah.
Yeah, he was just
So,
down to our house last
would-
weekend. Last week, I think it was, he was saying that he has to call into
He
Grandpa.
said, geez, I had the hands down the bed.
I didn't know what the connection with Sean was. You know what they
Bottom
streets
line.
without Sean?
Sean and who?
Vincent Callahan, Vince Callahan from Dingle.
Smoking them in, mate.
No.
I don't know what
There was always some gimmick.
was it through Robbie Martin maybe?